WrestleMania 36, Part 2. The second day of WrestleMania did not disappoint either. While we did get some matches that didn't necessarily needed to be on the show, we still got emotion, confusion in the best way possible. I don't even know what that was. And I'm not saying that I didn't like it either. And we got more emotion. I think the reason people are so happy that Drew McIntyre won the championship is not only because the guy earned it, it's because he's such a likable dude. You can tell he's a nice person. Maybe that's the reason people didn't give a crap about Braun Strowman winning the championship. That, or the fact that there was no story. Both matches were equally crappy, but it just goes to show you how much fans' investment and story matters in a match. Brock Lesnar vs Drew McIntyre definitely wasn't the match of the night, but it was the moment of the night. Which part of WrestleMania I prefer? That is a very difficult question. Because while this WrestleMania was better in itself, Undertaker vs AJ Styles is still the highlight for me. So I guess I'll just not compare these two. But people, welcome back to my WrestleMania 36 review, Part 2. The first match we got was the WWE NXT Women's Title Match. Charlotte Flair vs Rhea Ripley dressed as Vegeta. I popped for that. Big Dragon Ball Z fan right here. Given the circumstances, it was pretty decent. Obviously, we needed the crowd, but I think it was decent enough. They talked during the match, which actually was pretty cool. It was a pretty long match, and honestly, the women's match that I was looking forward to the most. The ending, however, pissed off a lot of fans. We got a figure 8 and Ripley taps out. We got a new WWE NXT Women's Champion in Charlotte Flair. So she's your new NXT Champion, and what does that mean? Obviously many fans were disappointed, but maybe it's a good thing because you see people, Charlotte Flair already achieved everything she could on Raw and SmackDown. So she's back on NXT, she's the NXT Women's Champion, she might even be a member of the roster, and I'm pretty sure it's going to lead to a triple threat match between Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. So at the end of the day, I think it's pretty cool. Buckle up, people, we got Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley in yoga pants. I would put this match in the same category as matches like Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle, because it was a 5-star classic and one of these WrestleMania moments that I will never forget. Yeah, man, it's not like the match was bad, but again, this felt like Raw, and the match itself didn't help either, because I'm pretty sure it's not the match that people pay to see. It's one of these matches that I would not care if it happened on a regular WWE show, and it was WrestleMania. The ending, however, was kinda cool. Lashley was looking for a spear, but we got Black mass for 1, 2, 3. Aleister Black wins the match, Lashley is shocked, Lana is angry, and that was about it. Out of every possible match that did not happen at WrestleMania, this one was not the one that we need. Otis versus Dolph Ziggler was pretty cool. Dolph Ziggler came out with Sonya Deville. I was like, okay, we got a new couple, and then I realized why it's not really possible. It's not like the match itself was impressive or anything like that. It was enjoyable because there's story behind it, and like I've said before, if there's story, you are going to care. So it was still pretty enjoyable in my opinion. The highlight was Mandy Rose interfering. She slaps Sonya Deville and kicks Dolph Ziggler in the nuts, into the bowels, into cajones. And Otis wins the match. After the match, we got a new couple. This story ends with a good ending, and we got a WrestleMania kiss. Beautiful, beautiful stuff right here. Obviously, it's going to continue, in my opinion at least, but is there anything that they can get out of this story anymore? I don't know, man. The only thing I can think of is a mixed tag team match. Dolph Ziggler and Sonya Deville versus Otis and Mandy Rose. And I believe that is going to be the payoff, the ultimate payoff. Then we got a last man standing match between Edge and Randy Orton. Edge makes his WrestleMania entrance. He's waiting for Randy Orton, but Randy Orton is nowhere to be found. We got an RKO from behind. Turns out Randy Orton was dressed as a cameraman. Which is funny because wouldn't you suspect that a 2-meter tall human being is probably not gonna be a cameraman? At first it was all about the RKO, but then they started fighting everywhere in the performance center. Basically, everywhere. And I'm just gonna show you a few pictures of what happened basically. I'm pretty sure you know what happened, and it was a typical last man standing match in the backstage area, which I really enjoyed. I thought it was pretty cool. It was realistic in a way, you know, at the end of the day they just want to kick each other's ass. But so many people complain on Twitter about this match. It's way too long. Might be your issue, man. Might be your issue. You're surprised that a last man standing match, standing match is long? You're surprised about it. You're shocked. Last man standing. Not only that, with this wiry, this personal, obviously it's going to be long. Even if it was a bit too long, the payoff was worth it because while they were fighting on the truck, we got, RKO, we got a spear, and this spot right here, all of this. It looked real to me, man. It's still real to me, damn it. Very emotional, and once Edge hit it, that was it. Edge wins the match. And after the match, it kind of felt like he was fighting his brother. At the end of the day, we had our fight, but we're still brothers. Don't worry about my wife though. I don't know, man. I think it was a very good personal match with great storytelling and emotional ending. I do agree that we didn't really get anything that impressive, but it happened in a performance center. Let's not forget that. And I believe this match made you forget that there's no audience. Isn't that the goal? But after this match, we got the highlight because Gronk won the WWE 24/7 Championship. I love this man. Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, Gronk. This is where I lost interest. Raw Tag Team Titles match. Austin Theory and Angel Garza versus the Street Profits. It's not like it was a bad match, but honestly, I somehow feel like I've already seen that match on Raw without the crowd as well. It almost feels, and I'm pretty sure we did actually. In like a 6-man tag team match or 8-man, whatever the case may be, I feel like I've already seen this match. And I did not care, man, at all. It was so predictable, and the ending to me didn't really make any sense if I remember that correctly. We got a frog splash, but the other guy pinned Austin Theory. Even though your teammate probably should be, feeling the damage as well. But I don't know, that didn't make any sense to me. The highlight was what happened after the match. We got Austin Theory and Angel Garza attacking the Street Profits until Bianca Belair makes the save, so that was a pretty decent WrestleMania moment. Which makes me think, are we getting that triple threat women's match, NXT Women's Championship match, if Bianca Belair is drafted to Monday Night Raw? It's possible that she is going to be added to this tag team. Titus O'Neil is your host right now. Fatal 5-way elimination women's match was next for the SmackDown women's title. Sasha versus Naomi versus Lacey versus Tamina versus Bayley. Why is it that almost every year we get a SmackDown women's title in multi-women matches? Whatever the case may be, man, Tamina got eliminated first, then Naomi, then we got Sasha versus Lacey versus Bayley. Bayley accidentally hit Sasha Banks, which leads to them arguing. We got the women's right, and Sasha Banks got pinned, which actually surprised me because I thought it's going to be Sasha versus Bayley, but they decided to do something a lot more boring. Whatever, man, we got the match, but turns out Sasha Banks is not that angry because Sasha Banks helped Bayley to retain the championship, and I'm sure this is a match we are going to get in the future, but it's WrestleMania, so I wish it happened right now. Although, I'm pretty sure Sasha Banks is winning the Money in the Bank briefcase at this point. Money in the Bank is happening in May, and I think for story, it would make sense for Sasha Banks to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. Firefly Funhouse match. I don't even know what that was. So John Cena makes his entrance, he gets teleported to the Firefly Funhouse, and then everything that happened, I don't have an explanation for. It felt like John Cena's dream where he tries to hit Bray Wyatt, but he cannot, he misses, he's disappearing, and we got John Cena in the 80s, we got John Cena as Thugonomics, we got John Cena as Prototype, we got everything. It was basically John Cena fighting himself. At times it was funny, at times it was confusing. Well, it was mostly confusing most of the time, and I don't even know what to say, man. We got John Cena in an NWO t-shirt. It was weird, but it was entertaining. It was weird in a good way. The ending kind of disappointed me because it was very, very short. We got the Fiend, and John Cena gets pinned, and he disappears. I don't even know how I feel about it. I don't know what to say. It was bizarre. But I guess cool, I think. One thing's for sure, I did not enjoy this one as much as the Undertaker vs AJ Styles match. But it was decent. I'm just trying to understand what was that. But Bray Wyatt won the match, and that is a good thing. Does that mean that John Cena is disappearing from the WWE? Was that the last time we seen John Cena? Could be. I'm pretty sure after this WrestleMania, we are not seeing John Cena at least until next WrestleMania. Titus O'Neil is shocked as well. And then we got the WWE Title Match. Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar. So this was not a good match, but because people cared, it was still very, very enjoyable. So the story was Brock Lesnar hits him with an F5, he kicks out, another one, and Paul Heyman is like, okay, just keep doing it. You can do this all night long. But we got a Claymore, we got another one, and then the last one secured Drew McIntyre a victory because Drew McIntyre became the WWE Champion, and even though there was no audience, yes, it was kinda underwhelming, it still worked because Drew McIntyre made sure that he felt the fans at home. It was still very emotional, and I'm very happy for Drew McIntyre because like I've said before, not only the guy earned it, not only was it one of the best wrestling stories when it comes to his career ever, but he seems like such a nice guy, a great example to the locker room, and you can see how much it means to the guy. So even though this WrestleMania was not exactly what we wanted to get, but given the circumstances, I believe it was a success. It shocked me that we got so many title changes because I thought, because it's not happening in front of an audience, WWE are not gonna change anything. But they actually changed both world champions. Braun Strowman is the new world champion, Drew McIntyre is the new world champion, and I'm interested. Let me know in the comments below your prediction which one is going to be a better champion. Thank you for watching the video. If you want to support the channel, like, subscribe, if you can, patreon.com/TheGreatOneYT. Thank you very much, The Great One. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.